used to be so motivated, or at least that's what I thought it was. I was always working towards something, always trying to improve my life, and I haven't felt like that in a really long time. And I think I know exactly when that changed. Back in 2022 or 2023, I seen so much content online about don't give into corporate America, don't give into that job will replace you by tomorrow. And it worked. I didn't want to give my all to any job ever again. But to be fair, the job that I had at the time was draining the life out of me. But there was a shift, and I feel like I wasn't just pulling back. I felt like I was giving up altogether. And ever since then, I haven't felt like her anymore. That ambitious, goal-oriented girl, I actually miss her. But the thing is, guys, I don't want to go back to that version exactly. What does motivation look like for me now? Where I started was figuring out what I had to change. And the first thing I had to change was getting out of survival mode. In survival mode, not only was I literally trying to survive, I was rigid, too tactical, not giving myself any room to grow, any room for error, any room for failure, which is very important. And overall, I was burnt out. I was always in this state of I have to prove something, needing to prove something, needing to prove myself, needing to prove the validity of my accomplishments or of myself. The way that it was for me before, being motivated, it was more of just I didn't know who I was, and so I thought who I was someone that had to always be accomplishing and always had to be doing something and keeping herself busy. And if there was ever a time where I'm bored or I'm not doing something productive, I am essentially failing, and that's a lot of pressure to have on not only yourself but maybe even someone else externally, like to see myself as a third party person maybe, or someone on the outside looking like I wasn't myself and I was judging someone else as harshly as I was judging myself at the time. That person probably wouldn't have been my friend or wanted anything to do with me, just because I could feel I was very rigid. And after not functioning like that for over 3 years now, it made me realize that all of my self-worth, all external, it had nothing to do with what I wanted, what made me feel motivated, what made me feel fulfilled. All of my motivation came from validation. And if I didn't have validation or someone to give me the pat on the back, I wasn't motivated anymore. I had no internal goals or wants or anything like that to keep me motivated. It was like I was trying to get check boxes off from anybody that was maybe watching my every move or watching every other move of mine. But I wanted the check boxes of like, okay, she's doing this, she's doing that, wow, she's doing this. And that doesn't fuel for very long, if you get what I'm saying. It's very short-lived. It's like you're almost chasing something, like, well, what now? Now that box is checked, what now? No one's telling me where to go now. And I had no idea where or even how to direct myself into where I wanted to go. Where did I want to go? I mean, I had no idea. And we're talking like early 20s, I would say. Now that I'm in my late 20s, I'm kind of figuring things out a little bit, but definitely early 20s and like all of my teenage years. But yeah, my early 20s, I don't think I was an actual motivated person. I think I wanted to be seen as one. And that's not self-love or self-validation. That's external validation. So I had to ask myself, what actually makes my life feel good? What makes my life feel good while living it? I don't want to just be productive or check boxes off throughout my life. I want to enjoy it and I want to live it. I want the two to collide and make sense for me. The best way I can put it is I want a life that fulfills me and not a life that just keeps me busy and keeps me occupied mentally, physically. I want to enjoy what life has and what life brings. There is kind of a song and dance to this, because if I don't do this right, this could turn into hustle culture very, very quickly and very blindsidedly, and I wouldn't even know it. So there's going to have to be that balance and boundaries. Really, balance and boundaries of how much can I handle and how do achievements make me feel now. Quick story time. Growing up, I was in a ton of sports, right? I've said that so many times on my channel now, but the validation that sports gives an athlete, it's almost like an identity. It gives a person an identity to, identify themselves with. And a lot of times that quick validation from sports, and especially what I was doing, I was going from one sport straight to the other. I was busy during the fall. I was busy during the summertime, wintertime, springtime, you name it. I was doing something all of the time, no matter what. And the quick validation that sports gives an individual, right? Because you either win and you have that you have that validation of a win, or you have the loss, and there's almost validation in that too, because you still went out and gave it your best. And that's almost like a checkbox of like, well, if you gave your most effort and you gave the best effort, then you kind of can't be mad at yourself, because you go hard every rep, every time, every game, every race. Now that obviously I don't run or jump or shoot a basketball anymore, any of those things, there's a turning point now where, and what I want to feel is, fulfilled, happy. I don't want to feel like I've impressed somebody. I don't want to feel like I've checked somebody's box. Anything external, I don't want it. And on top of this, where do I want to channel my motivation? Where do I want to throw motivation into something? How much effort will I want to give and not overdo it? And I think that this is the biggest shift for me. I don't want success to equate that I'm doing more, or doing more equates more success or being successful. I want success to feel like I'm connected, that whatever I'm doing, I'm connected to it and I'm happy with it, and it's not draining the life out of me, and it's not causing me stress or to seek external validation from Joe Schmo or Sally Wally out on the street. I want it for me this time. So all of this to say, guys, is I don't think I lost my motivation. I just lost the version of it that didn't work for me anymore. And maybe now this is what it looks like, and it's growing into something better and happier and fulfilling. I'm just aligned with myself and my values and my wants, aligned in this new stage of motivation for me. And if you've been feeling like this too, you're not alone. It has taken me a long time to put into words this particular feeling. I'm learning as I'm getting closer to my 30s, in my late 20s now, that it has to come from within. And that's not motivation at that point. I think that's more alignment. With social media being as big as it is and how accessible it is, I'm sure I'm not the only one feeling like this, of living a life that actually feels good and doesn't just look good. That is it for today's video, guys. Thanks for evolving with Ari today, and I will see you in the next one.